Those that don't know me, my name is Beverley Strutt, and I'm a practitioner here at New Vision Center. And it is just delightful to be able to stand up here and look at each and every one of you from these eyes now. It is special. It is magical. So, this is what I know. They have told me always start with something funny. And I'm like, okay, let's do that. So today we're going to talk about celibacy. Just for the record, it has absolutely nothing to do with my talk. So what is celibacy? They say celibacy can be a choice in life or a condition imposed by circumstances. So while attending a marriage weekend, Frank and Anne were there and they were really listening to the instructor intently. And the instructor was very, very, very emphatic about the fact that husbands and wives, spouses, loved ones, partners need to know what each other likes. What are their favorite things? So the instructor turned specifically to the men and went, gentlemen, do you know what your wife's favorite flower is? Frank was so excited. He was so excited. He reached over to Anne, tapped her on the knee, and went, all-purpose gold medal, right? Thus began Frank's life of celibacy. All righty, let's get down to business. So today, my talk title is Chaos, the Divine Design. In our book of the month, Pema Chödrön speaks about chaos and about how we can walk through it. All right? So let's talk about chaos first. In my quantum physics class, when we referred to chaos, they would say, our teacher said, it's just this place in this mass where we haven't seen a pattern or a form yet. Sometimes, however, if we could back up and back up and back up and back up, we would eventually see a repetitive pattern or a form. So it's just, chaos is actually just what we're looking at. We don't know that there isn't necessarily a pattern in there already. And the dictionary definition of chaos is this: the confused, unorganized condition or mass or matter before the creation of distinct and orderly forms. So it's just that creative place before we get the form. And Pema Chödrön, she says it like this: it's the off-center, in-between state, an ideal situation, a situation in which we don't get caught, and we can open our hearts and minds beyond limits. So chaos is just that wonderful place before everything can come into being. I mean, let's just look at the chant that we just did. Can you see that chant as a bunch of musical notes on the ground? They're just a bunch of musical notes. They're all there. Everything is in there, and you're looking in it, and you're like going, yeah, it's a bunch of musical notes. But in actuality, it's just the place where that song is already, those chants are already in action. They just have not been revealed yet. They just haven't been revealed. So there's a place and a time where we could look at that and maybe see that song come up, those chants come forward, and then we get to produce what we just heard. So that all came from a place of chaos, a place of unformedness. So, all right, so the big thing about chaos in our lives is how do we move through it? Or not? Reverend Leslie, last week, told us that we didn't have to, right? We could stay stuck. And you know what? I actually thought about that for a while. I'm like, that feels kind of comfortable. I could sit on the ground like this and go, no, I'm not moving forward. And anybody that has chosen to do that, I'll support you. As much as you want. You come to me and I'll go, all right, let's work on staying stuck. But for today, Yeah, but for today, we're going to see how is it that we can actually move through chaos to the other side to see what is wanting to be revealed. And navigating chaos is a little tricky. Sometimes it feels like connecting the dots on a Jackson Pollock picture, right? I mean, think about it. That looks like chaos, but you know there's a divine design in there. There's no doubt about that, none whatsoever. So we're talking and we're going to focus on the thing navigation. Now, we get taught all through life, we get taught how to navigate life. I mean, look at us as children. Even our games are designed to show us how to navigate life. Monopoly, yeah, we get to make money, even if it's just pass and go. We get to buy homes, we get to develop structures, we even get to go to jail and get out, and we're okay, we survive jail, but we're navigating life. Doctor, I never quite got that game because I didn't know that I had buzzers inside of me that physicians could rub up against, but it's a way of navigating life. I mean, there's even a game called life. So we're learning how to navigate these things. So my game that I saw as navigating chaos was pick-up sticks. Anybody play pick-up sticks? Great. Phew. I thought maybe it was just a South African thing, and I was like going to go, well, I'm going to have to explain that one. Anyway, I would take the pick-up sticks, get that colored one right in the middle, right in there, and let it go. And it was always so much fun just to see if we could navigate, get this one up, get that one up, trying to get the colored one, because that was the one I could use to do all the rest. Yeah, that was a great thing. I loved doing this. So one day I'm doing this, boom, right in my mother's cheek. Yeah, talk about chaos. I had to learn how to navigate that one really, really, really quickly. So we're learning as children through our games and everything how to navigate the things in life. And chaos doesn't normally come up as one of the ways that we learn to navigate, but we can. And in the book, When Things Fall Apart, Pema Chödrön speaks about the tools, the ways that we can get to do this. And the very first thing she says is that there's stuff that needs to be laid down. All right? Whenever we start a new journey, we have to leave some baggage behind. Have you ever tried climbing that little extra piece of the mountain with a really full, heavy backpack? Well, no. You've got to dump some stuff to get light so that you can move up. In this case, we got to get rid of the judgment. We got to get rid of the duality in the right and the wrong, the good and the bad, the yes and the no. We've got to get rid of those. We've got to lay them down. We also want to lay down that feeling of guilt. We feel guilty because we're in this position. We feel embarrassed because we're in this position. Something we had nothing probably to do with. It happened. Stuff fell apart. Life fell apart. And yet it's our fault. We're embarrassed by it. We don't want to talk about it. We're not going to go for prayer. We're not going to see a practitioner. Really? We lay down the judgment. We lay down the guilt, the duality. We lay down the embarrassment. And what happens when we do that is we stop the struggle with what is right now and what we feel should be. We get rid of that struggle. And how do we do that? You know I'm coming back to spiritual practice, right? Yeah. How do we do that? We do that, the best one in this case is our meditation practice. Every time it's a place where we can go quiet, it's a place where we can listen. It's just that really beautiful place, that time that is just for us. So when we go to judgment, we go back to the breath and we bring it back to the breath. We go to duality, we bring it back to the breath. We go to guilt, we bring it back to the very, very, very deep breath. We go to embarrassment, it's the same thing. Back to the breath. Every time we feel that something coming up inside of us, we bring it back to the breath. And it's in that breath where we start to feel the letting go, the relaxation, the possibility that we might actually be able to see our way through this situation, through this place, see what's going on, be able to look at chaos again and maybe see the emergence of a picture. You guys remember those optical illusion pictures? I want to see if anybody can see what's in that picture. Anybody? Anybody? It's a zebra? No, that's the design. There's a way to see those pictures. These used to frustrate me. I tried everything to see this. I mean, I would struggle. I'd be one hand here, squint, look away, look in. I mean, I did everything to see if I could see what that design was in there. I forced it. I stared at it for hours to try and see that picture. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And then one time I gave up. Boom, there it was. There it was. As soon as I started to relax my eyes, relax my mind, just relax into it, boom, the picture showed up. Anybody seen it yet? All right. We're going to take it down because I don't need you guys squinting. It's an elephant, in case anybody. I struggled to see it, but man, I spent some time because I was not going to stand up here without actually knowing what that picture was. It was like, damn it, I'm going to get it in there. So the whole point of it is that we relax. We surrender. We allow the picture to come forward into us. And we get that through our meditation practice. And Pema Chödrön, she says this: sticking with the uncertainty, getting the knack of relaxing in the midst of chaos, learning not to panic, this is the spiritual path. This is the way to do it. This is the way where we start to reveal the divine design within the chaos. All right, so the question is, what is this divine design that you speak of? Yes, what is this divine design? Well, it's very simple. All it is our next step. The divine design is our next, very, very next step. It's the next thing that we get to do. It's the next situation that we need to take care of. It's the next step on our path. And where does that step come from? We know that there's no big God in the sky going, this is your next step, and I'll show it to you when I'm ready. No, it's not that. The step is from within. It's the divinity within that is leading us down that path. It's that divinity within that we have set our intentions with. We've expressed our desires. It's that divinity that is saying, yes, I will guide you. I will inspire you. I will bring you on your next step. Just relax. Relax. Everything is okay. There is a divine design waiting for you. I got it. Just relax. Relax, and I will show it to you. It is in that beauty of the moment that we can see it. But wouldn't it be really nice if we didn't have to work so hard? You know? Seriously. I mean, we had fun with it when we did the jigsaw puzzle. You know, we'd dump all the pieces out, and we couldn't see the picture, and okay, so it was kind of fun. Yeah, when we were experiencing pain, not so much fun. We would really, really love to see the picture. Dr. Ernest Holmes says this: the infinite is never chaotic. Therefore, faith in the infinite can straighten out any chaotic condition. The infinite is never chaotic. Therefore, faith in the infinite can straighten out any chaotic condition. So how do we see the picture? We walk it in faith. We know it is there. We know it is there, so we walk it in faith. We know that this next step is for our best and highest good. Reverend Leslie said it last week for us, that the universe is conspiring for our best and highest good. The universe that is without, the universe that is within, the divinity that is within is saying, yes, I've heard your intentions, expressed your desires, and this is your next best and highest good. It is here. So walk in faith. Walk in the knowing that that next step is absolutely perfect. And then I have my favorite part of this. This is, for me, the best part of navigating chaos, the best part of walking through this. There's always a gift. There is always a gift. We heard it in the story of the husband and wife with the son. Broke his legs, couldn't go off to war. There immediately we were able to see the gift. It was right there. What they thought was a complete disaster and absolute chaos turned out to be the gift right there. It's not always that easy. It is really not always that easy. Sometimes the gift is well hidden. Sometimes the gift doesn't always come right away. It's not the design. The gift is not the design. The design and the picture that comes forth is the step. It's the next action. It's the next phase of your life. The gift comes from that place. The gift is the outpicturing of what happened. It could take years. You might never see it because we stop looking. We don't always look. We haven't always connected the dots back from this gift to the chaotic situation that happened. We don't always connect it. We don't take the time. We're grateful for the gift, but can you imagine if we were able to connect it back? The next time we saw chaos, we'd be, yeah, there's a gift coming. I know it, there's a gift coming. That would be the ideal situation. I remember when my mom passed when I was just about to turn 20. It was her birthday was on the 10th, mine was on the 19th, and she passed a day after her birthday. And I was like, it was chaotic. It was devastating. But little did I know at that time that my mom's passing was going to be the greatest gift I ever received in my life. And even today when I speak about it, people think I'm a little crazy to see it this way. But it's an opportunity to maybe look at things a little differently. A mother's love can hold us in a geographical location, especially one like South Africa, that's very, very far away from the rest of the world, especially back then. And as my mom, in her passing, that geographical hold was released. And I started my life as a gypsy. I traveled. I was a dancer. I traveled and danced all over the world. I got to live a life. Who's to say? I may never have done those things had I been going home to mom. Had mom been in mom's location in South Africa, I may never have felt that freedom just to do the life however I saw fit. Now, just to let you know, she sat on the shoulder every single day, so I could hide nothing. There was no lying to Mama. She saw it all, the good, the bad, the very pretty, and oh my goodness, there was some checkered stuff too. But the bottom line is there was a gift in that chaotic time. And they are always there. If we can go back and look and see what they are, it might make navigating chaos a little easier for us. So there's some things I'd like you guys to do that I would challenge you with. That is, first of all, let's just relax. Lighten up, as Pema Chödrön says. Allow the beautiful picture to emerge out of that chaos. Don't force it. Don't try too hard. Rest back into your practice. Allow that to be the way. And most importantly, I want you to look for the gift. I really would like you all to try and find what that wonderful gift is that has come forth from a time that was extremely chaotic. And I'm going to close with words from our beloved Reverend Jane Beach. Accepting things as they are can be hard. It's not supposed to be this way. When everything seems to be out of control, the one thing I can control is me. I can move through this time with as much grace as possible, saving my resentment and hurt for quiet time with the beloved. Letting go. Letting God allows me to relax, creating space for peace and for happiness. Let's rest in that place. Rest in peace, rest in happiness, rest in love. Thank you. Thank you. Let us take this to prayer. So it is in this moment, and it is in this time, and in this place where Spirit is present always, that we rest back. We rest back into the beauty. We rest back into the potentiality. We rest back into our faith, into the knowingness that we are walking a path that, no matter how it looks right in this moment, is divinely guided and inspired by our intentions and our desires. So I know for each one of us here that this is the truth of all of us, that we get to rest back here in balance and joy and love, knowing that that next step is already beautifully presenting itself for us to just leap into. So I know that this is beautifully, divinely guided, and it is good, and so very good. So I just release this prayer into the universal law, knowing that it is already done, that Spirit has said, yes, my beloveds, yes. I let it go, I let it be. And together we say, and so it is.